Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Paige. I make videos on lifestyle, vlogs, and random things that I find fun. I have also recently been making a lot of videos on Costco and my experience working at Costco. This is going to be my fourth Costco video in this series. I will leave the little eye up here if you would like to go see them, just on my experience working at Costco, some tips and tricks that I have for people who are looking to apply to Costco, if you're a student working at Costco, so definitely go and check those out as well. Today's video is going to be another interview related video. I got a lot of positive feedback on my last video, and there were also a lot of great questions that people left in the comments. Definitely, again, if you have any more questions or if I didn't answer your question, leave them in the comments below and I will do my best to get back to you. This video, I'm going to be doing 10 Costco, well, for thumbnail, 10 common interview questions that they ask at a Costco interview. I don't know why I kept my hands up like this, but I'll be answering 10 questions that I've been getting about Costco interviews. If you don't know, I worked at Costco for 3 years. I worked as a CSRP, which stands for College Student Retention Program. I learned that in last video. I worked there as a student in the summer and then also on my Christmas break. So I definitely put in my hours to Costco. I officially resigned at the beginning of this year, which was heartbreaking, but I am now on to another job with my regional government, which is exciting. But I have a soft spot for Costco in my heart. I'm still in touch with many people and many students that I worked with at Costco. Nothing but positive things to say. I know that there are videos out there that talking about all the tea with Costco, which definitely there is tea, but isn't that like every workplace? So, as per usual, I have my little handy dandy notebook here, which is all the questions that I thought were really good to help people prepare for the interview. So, without further ado, let's get right into the video. So I'm going to be trying to go a little bit more rapid fire. Usually I take a lot of time explaining the questions in between, but I'm going to try and go as quick as I possibly can. So the first question that they might ask you is, what can you tell us about Costco? I just said that I wouldn't do it, but here I am doing it. Obviously, you are wanting to work for this company. It is a great company. It is a worldwide company. So they're obviously asking, what do you know about Costco? Number 2, why do you want to work here? Just like what can you tell us about Costco, you are trying to go for this job. It's kind of good to remember that they don't need you, you need them in this moment. Obviously, when you become an employee, they need you and they need you to keep things going, but they're going to be asking you, why do you want to work here? So it's great to have some sort of explanation as to why do you want to work here, rather than just like, oh, I needed money, I need a job. Think of a good explanation of why you want to work there. Number 3, this was something that I remember they asked me in my interview, because when I was filling out the online form, I don't know if it's the same now or if it's changed, but when you fill out the online form, you give them a list of the hours that you can work. So I'm pretty sure that I just said like Monday, Wednesday, Friday between the hours of 9 to 5. Obviously, that's not realistic when you're working at Costco, especially if you're going there as a student or if you're trying to go there part-time to get hours. They like if you can work evenings and weekends, because those are usually the busiest times and those are the times that's hardest to get people in. For full-timers, they have their schedule set, so a lot of times they will finish earlier, and it's the part-timers or the students who take on the evening shifts. So they asked me when I was going for my interview, they said, hey, I noticed that you put these hours on the online form. That's not really realistic for us. Would you be able to work later hours, evening hours? What hours can you work? And so I had told them, I just put those because I didn't know what else to put, to be honest, but I can work those hours. I just need hours because I'm a student. Number 4, where do you see yourself in 5 years? This is a good question because they want to see longevity. Are you thinking of staying with the company? Are you thinking of leaving? Are you a short-term, long-term kind of person? If you do want to work with the company, which I would recommend, because if you're full-time, they have benefits. They have benefits for your children, healthcare, which I know is big in the States, and they also guarantee 40 hours a week. So if you say that you want to stay with the company, they look at you as a prospect for moving up. Costco is always looking to promote people and to move up within the chain. So if you say that you want to work there and you want to stay there, that is something that they like because they like retention. Costco does have a high retention rate, but they are always looking for more retention, because what workplace wouldn't want that? Number 5, what are your strengths and weaknesses? This is good, not just for Costco, but for any job interview, talking about the strengths that you have, but then also being honest to the weaknesses. Now, I wouldn't go super blunt like, my weakness is I suck with people, because you're probably not in the right job if you suck with people. But being honest, like, well, my attention to detail isn't great, but I could definitely work on that. Kind of having a positive to end with it, saying, this is my weakness, but I am working on it. This is how I'm going to work on it. And having your strengths, obviously, because they're looking at you for your strengths and what you can bring to the team. Number 6, what previous job experience do you have? This is a really good question that they asked me on my interview. At the time that I was applying for Costco, I didn't have much job experience. I was working as a soccer coach at the time, so I had experience dealing with children and dealing with the public, but I didn't have much customer service experience. So I told them I was open and honest about it. I said that I was a soccer coach, that I have dealt with the public and dealt with people. Didn't have much customer service experience in like grocery stores, but if you do have that, that is a great asset. A lot of people in my video last time were saying that they did have customer service experience with working at grocery stores or working at restaurants. So that is definitely an asset that they're looking for, because it's a lot easier to train when you already kind of know what you're going in for. And many people that I worked with had kind of upgraded. Some worked at Walmart, some worked at Sobeys, Zayres, and just said that they were looking for more of a permanent position. But it was a great asset and they were hired really quickly. Number 7, why did you leave your previous job? This kind of goes hand in hand with the what previous job experience do you have. They're looking just to see, why did you leave? Is it a valid reason? Is it something like you wanted to move on, move forward? Is it something that, you really didn't like the person you were working with? They're kind of looking at that to gauge where you fit within the team and where you fit within the company, the organization as a whole. Each Costco is managed by a different manager, a different warehouse manager. So each Costco is a little bit different. That's why the advice I give is kind of just based on my experience with Costco at my specific Costco. They're kind of looking to see where you fit with the team, seeing if you can fit in with the warehouse. So when asking why did you leave your previous job, just kind of gauging where you are, what your journey is going to look like. Number 8, what motivates you? Costco is a great place with great people, as I had mentioned, and many people there had a lot of side hustles and passion projects. They're looking at this because they're looking for real, genuine people. I always find Costco is some of the most genuine people. Everyone there has a story, has an incredible story. Some have worked with Costco since the beginning, since it was Price Club. Some came later because of things that have happened in their life. So they're just looking to see what kind of a person you are, what you're into, and just to be able to connect with them too. Remember, managers are people. They want to connect with you as well. My managers who interviewed me were amazing, and we got to talking about a lot of their passions, what they would do at home, their kids, their family. So remember, they're people too, just trying to connect with you. Number 9, this I kind of just already said, but what are your passions? What are your interests? What are you into? Again, just trying to gauge you, what motivates you, what is something that you like doing, what's your side hustle, who are you as a person? And finally, number 10, can you work well in a team? This is essential and this is an asset when working at Costco. Obviously, Costco is a huge warehouse, and in your department, you are always working in a team. If you're at front end, which is where I was, you are constantly working with a team with different people. There's always the cashier and then the packing assistant. Plus then you're working with managers, you're working with supervisors, you're working with people from night merch, morning merch, stocking, bakery, deli. You're working with membership people as well. So you are overlapping with everyone in the warehouse. It's not like this is an isolated job where you're just by yourself. So you really need to be able to work well in a team. You need to be able to communicate with your team members, and obviously they understand not everyone's going to get along. It's a big warehouse, but they need to see if you are a team person. This is something they asked me, which again I was able to say yes, because I played soccer, because I played sports, because I've worked in team environments. I'm good with teams and I like working with teams, preferably than to working on my own by myself. And that was something that I thought was an asset, because working in a team environment is definitely a major part of the job. So that is the 10 questions that I have. When you are preparing for your interview, I would just say make sure you're there early. Things happen and they understand, but if you do arrive late, it's not a great start to the interview. I was there about 20 minutes early. I don't think you have to be that early. I'd say probably 5 to 10 minutes is good. I was very early, so I was just kind of sitting there awkwardly for a while, and the managers were a little bit busy, which obviously I understand because Costco is crazy busy, but I was there early, which was good. I would say dress nice, make sure you look presentable. You don't have to show up in a suit and tie kind of thing, but I'd say business casual. I think I wore a blouse, jeans, and sandals. They told me when I was there, dress code is closed-toed shoes for when I do start working there, because I asked them, what is the dress code like? What should we wear? Costco is, I think they call it like professional attire. You're allowed to wear jeans, you're just not allowed to wear leggings, and you're supposed to wear t-shirts with no logos. So I just say look professional, don't be overly dressed, but look presentable. Make sure you are very attentive to them and the questions they are asking. Make sure that you are sitting upright, you don't look like you're slouched. Make sure that you're engaged, making eye contact, because other than that, it looks like, I don't really want to be here, take it or leave it. So make sure that you're engaged with them. I remember I was smiling a lot because I was like, yes, I want this job. I remember I was making eye contact and I was trying to show that, yes, I'm listening, yes, I'm engaged in this. Try and be friendly as you can. I know that it's a nerve-wracking experience, so it's not like, you're gonna go in there like, I'm so confident and everything's good, but try and be confident, try and be friendly, try and be as human-like as you can, even though the nerves will definitely kick in. But remember, they're people too. They're interviewing you because they want to see what kind of a person you are. So just be you, be true to yourself. I know it's super cliche, but just try and portray yourself as much like you as you can. So guys, I know that was a bit of a shorter video. I just wanted to do a couple of questions that I thought were good when preparing for a Costco interview. Again, like I said, if you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below and I will try and get back to them. And I can also make more videos on this as well. If you're going for a Costco interview, I wish you the best of luck. If you're thinking of applying to Costco, take this as your sign. You have nothing to lose when you're applying. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!